Hello and welcome back to my channel. It is currently the peak of summer, so I thought we could do a summer reading vlog. I have a stack of books here that I want to read that are, I feel like for the most part, summery. You want to read by the water, on the beach. I'm currently looking at a lake. Nothing gets much better than summer by the water in whatever form it takes. So I want to read some of these books by the water. We can just spend a summery reading vlog together. The sun has been out. We can cozy up with one of these books and just have a wonderful time. I actually started our first book a couple days ago and I've been reading it by the water, in the hammock, just having a lovely time. And it is actually Problematic Summer Romance by Hazelwood. This is her new summer release. She also has another book coming out. I'm like, when does girl have time to sleep or eat? She is cranking out the material. I really loved her summer romances, Love Theoretically, Love on the Brain, The Love Hypothesis. I love those books. Those books made her an auto-buy author for me. I'm actually really enjoying this. I'm about halfway through and we're just gonna keep reading it today. Honestly, might finish, have no plans. And I'm in the mood to just binge a book, and Hazelwood always delivers with the bingeable books. Okay, let's go read. Hello, I maybe have a little less than 100 pages left, so I can definitely finish this today. It's getting me giddy, I'm getting good feelings, I'm feeling the tension, although Hazelwood is really banging home the age gap thing, which kind of bothers me. Other than that, I'm having a good time, so I'm probably just gonna read it and finish it and give you guys my final thoughts. I don't even think I told you guys what this was about. Our following actually the male main character's brother Eli from Not in Love. Her name's Maya. We met her in that book and this is her love story. So she's in Italy, she's at a wedding, and she is debating going because she has a complicated past with someone who will be there, and he is an older man, like a decade and a half older to be exact, and the age gap thing is really a big deal for him. It's really just hammered home in this book. But other than that, I'm just having a good time. The setting is in Italy and it's beautiful and I'm really enjoying that. I enjoy that we're kind of getting to learn about their past while also being in Italy for this week leading up to the wedding, so it's not like they just met at this wedding and are spending a week together so they can fall in love, but they've known each other for a while. I'm loving it. It's giving me how I felt when I read Bride by Hazelwood, and I loved that book, so I think good things are gonna come out of this. Hello, it is later the same day and I'm wearing a different outfit and different hairstyle again, but I finished Problematic Summer Romance and I actually ended up really liking it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars. This one definitely redeemed Hazelwood a little bit for me. I didn't really enjoy Deep End and Not in Love as much as I did her earlier works, but I really enjoyed this one. I had a really good time. The setting in Italy felt like a character. It was overall true Hazelwood. The main character was witty and there was such good banter and chemistry and the tension was there. The reason I don't think I'm giving it a 5 stars is because something kept getting brought up and it was actually kind of pissing me off. Just get over it, seriously. But other than that, I don't think I have... Bruh, I don't think I have much else to say, except that if you haven't read this summer and you like Allie Hazelwood or you like a summer romance, honestly, this is such a good summer beach, lake, boat read that if you haven't read it yet, read it. Highly recommend. And if you do read it, let me know your thoughts. If you like it, if you don't like it, whatever that may be. I didn't realize I liked age gap romances, but I guess I like anything Allie Hazelwood does pretty much, so unsurprisingly like this. It also stopped raining, so I'm gonna read our next book by the water. You can probably hear it right now, which I'm excited about. There are some clouds, so it looks like it might pick up again, but one thing that's the best about summer is, like I said, just reading by a body of water, and that's what I'm gonna do. I did start our next read already, and that I'm like a chapter in, and that is Summer in the City by Aster. I read Lightlark, and have I read Nightbane yet? No, I haven't read Nightbane, but I really want to read it, and I really enjoyed her writing. I wasn't sure if I'd like her writing, I'm not sure why, but I really enjoyed that, and I wanted to read her romance book because I love romance too. I thought it would be perfect. Literally, the title is Summer in the City. It's set in New York City, and I love anything set in New York City. I was gonna read this for another video. Hint, hint. But I thought, why not read it now? It's the perfect time. I know it's pretty short and sweet, and it was on sale on Kindle, the Kindle store the other day for $2, so can't get much better than that. Do you guys have this problem? If a book comes out in hardback, I won't buy it, or I'll put off reading it until it comes out on paperback, or I'll read it on my Kindle, or I'll read the hardback from the library, but I won't buy a hardback unless it's Sarah J. Maas or something, or like a series that I already have all the hardbacks in. It's like Emily Henry, I'll buy a hardback because I have her other hardbacks, and I just can't wait to own one of her books. But any other author, I'm like, no thank you. I'd rather wait till it comes out in paperback, or again, read it on my Kindle and get the trophy later. I don't know. Hardbacks are just so expensive. Let me know what your guys like reading better. Hardbacks or paperbacks? Or Kindle? Or audiobook? I guess, what's your favorite form of reading? But anyways, I'm down by the water. It stopped raining, so I'm gonna sit and enjoy this beautiful night on the lake. Hopefully it doesn't rain. I think the sunset could be really pretty with these clouds right now. So let's keep reading Summer in the City. I've just dipped my toe in, 14 pages in. Yay! It is such a beautiful day. I've literally just been outside laying by the water and reading Summer in the City, and it's so good! Literally exactly what I wanted and asked for. I'm on chapter 22, 71% of the way through, on page 200. I wonder how many pages there are. There's a little less than 300 pages, so I'm definitely finishing this today, but it's such a vibe. I love reading a summer romance book by a body of water, and that's what I've been doing. Soaking up the sun. Oh my god, living my best life. But back to the book. I'm really enjoying it. Like I said, I like the female main character, I like the male main character. They're in this interesting situation where it's kind of a second chance, and it has a lot of tropes actually. Billionaire romance, second chance. I thought there was an age gap, but I don't think there is. Some things have really surprised me. Oh, fake dating. There's fake dating. Something that happened recently. I was like, did not see that coming at all. And other things that have kind of been alluded to that I am expecting to happen in the future, but I think it's really sweet. Just overall, a really good time. I enjoy her writing. I'm not getting super nitpicky, which if that happens, I'm usually not enjoying it, but yeah, it's a super light, brain power, easy summer read, super quick too because it's less than 300 pages. So if you're looking for something like that this summer, definitely recommend this book. I love a book set in New York City. Oh, so freaking good. I need to go back to the city ASAP. But this book will have to do for now. It's making me smile, it's making me giggle, and I'm just reading it in the perfect place. So I'm gonna keep reading it and hopefully finish it today. And I will see you maybe later for my final thoughts. Who knows? What a perfect time that I'm just reading this book in. Sunset last night on the boat by the water, probably sunset tonight. Life is good. It's summer. Summer, summer, summer. Hello, I'm coming on to say I finished Summer in the City and I had a really good time. It's been a little bit actually since I finished it. I'm obviously back home now, but I did end up finishing it that night that I last talked to you guys. I enjoyed it. I feel like the ending I didn't love. I don't know if it was like rushed because the book was shorter. I did like the length of the book, but yeah, the ending just wasn't my favorite. The conflict and the resolution, but I loved everything else about it. I don't know why, but a billionaire romance, a sports romance, a certain type of fantasy that you can get lost in. Absolutely would recommend. It was a really lovely summer romance. I just recently read One Golden Summer. That's a beach summer read. This is, everything takes place in the city. You're not on a coast, on a body of water, but it still is very summery. Especially, I just love the nostalgia surrounding New York in this book and the setting. People talk about New York like it's a person or a character, but New York really does feel like a character in this book, and it feels like how it does when you go in person. Sorry, this lighting is kind of crazy right now. I forget what I gave. Oh, I gave Problematic Summer Romance 4.5. I was thinking of giving this a 4-star, and then the ending happened and I was like, does that deserve to be dumped down to 3.5 stars? I don't really do quarter ratings, but I'm thinking this is a 3.75. And we do have a couple more books I want to read for this video. You see one right here. Can you guess what it is by the back? Maybe. It is Sounds Like Love. I have my bookmark in here, but I have not started it yet. I'm so excited. I was in Cody, Wyoming the day that this came out. And I'm like, I don't know if the bookstore will have any of the new releases, because Metal Singer came out, which I did get at Barnes & Noble a few days ago, but they didn't have Metal Singer in this tiny independent bookstore. And I was like, I'm not surprised. But as soon as I walked in, I saw this and I was like, wait, no way. So I did pick it up on the road trip. I didn't end up reading it just because I didn't really read it all. It took me like 2 weeks to read A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on that trip. I picked this up and was checking out. The guy there was like, oh, I think this just came out today. And I was like, yeah, it did. And he's like, oh, have you been looking forward to it? And I was like, I have indeed. I am obsessed with this author. And he's like, oh, cool. Let me grab them. I have read every single one of her other books that she's published, and I have loved them. This was the first one I read, 5 stars. 4.5, 4 or 4.5, I don't remember. But I loved every single one of these books. I really want to reread 7 Year Slip because I read it a really long time ago when I was first getting into reading and was kind of reading my first Emily Henry books and read this book. Was reading Abby Jimenez and Ali Hazelwood, really the first authors that I started when I picked up reading again in my adulthood. So I would love to reread this. This just hits so close to home, and it is such a beautiful love story. And what's special about Ashley Poston, if you have not heard about her, which I'm sure you have, but every single one of her books is magical realism. So I'm so excited to see how she implements that into this book. I feel like she does it in a way where it's just the normal world and it's just so nonchalant that this random magic thing is thrown in. Apartment that travels 7 years, running into a fictional town, talking to the dead. All these random things that are super magical, but it just works. The characters you're not diving deep into why this thing is happening. It just is. And the characters accept that, which is kind of interesting because in a fantasy book you have all this world building to really understand the history of why there's this magic, but that's not how it is in these books, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm curious to see what magical realism, what she does for this book. So excited. I love her works. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm gonna start reading and I will talk to you guys later. Ooh, I think this takes place in a beach town. I love that. Oh, it takes place in the Outer Banks. That's so cool. I think they're filming the last season right now, actually. That's funny. Hello. I'm pretty sure I didn't update you guys at all while I was reading this book, but I finished it and then I got sick for a week, so that's why I haven't chatted to you. But I love this book so much, and we're going to chat a little bit about what this book is about and then my feelings for the book. We are following a songwriter. She is originally from this small beach town in the Outer Banks, East Coast. She moves out to LA to pursue her dreams of becoming a songwriter, but every summer she goes home to the Outer Banks, and this summer is no different, except she's spending more time there, and there's also some family health issues coming up, and you really get to see her love for her hometown and her kind of stuck in her work and how she overcomes that. But also the love interest is a famous singer, and they actually have some very unexpected connections because her family in her hometown owns this music hall, so a bunch of famous people have come to this music hall to sing, and so that's kind of where she gets her love for music. I thought it was beautiful. I loved getting to see her inner monologue. I loved the male main character and his kind of actions he took in this book. I loved their interactions together. I loved how the relationship progressed. I loved the family dynamics. I loved her having to deal with this family health issue, this kind of homesickness that she has. I loved her dealing with kind of her writer's block and what that entailed, and yeah, I overall loved it. I loved the magical realism element. That definitely drove the plot forward too and was a big part of the book. So, I mean, I literally just said I loved everything about this book. So while I was reading it, I think it's gonna be a 4.5 star, but really the ending, it had me crying, which if a book does that, you know what that means. 5 stars. Let's get it. 5 stars. This book was beautiful, and it really reminded me of how I felt when I was reading 7 Year Slip. I think I do like 7 Year Slip a little better, but this is still 5 stars. I love her writing. It's so beautiful and simple and easy to understand, yet so powerful and can evoke such feelings from the reader. But I think this is the last book I will be reading for this video. I actually have read a few more books in the past week that aren't in other videos. Again, I was just sick, so I was basically laying in bed and doing nothing besides watching movies and occasionally picking up a book. And I did pick up The Love Hypothesis and Love Theoretically. They're not technically summer reads. I'd say these are more so fall reads, but they're making Love Hypothesis into a movie, and the casting was just announced, so I wanted to reread The Love Hypothesis, and it did not disappoint. And then I kind of want to reread another one of her books, so I read Love Theoretically. Neither of them disappoint. Would absolutely recommend these. You can read them whatever, but again, I feel like they're more so for the fall. So if you're looking for something later this fall, or honestly, I read them in the summer, I still enjoyed them, but if you are more so an atmospheric reader, to each your own. But if you haven't yet, read these books before the movie comes out. I love Hazelwood, and I loved getting to see her getting to read some of her older works again. Again, these were rereads, because I think I read every single one of her books. I just recently read in this video also, that was this video, Problematic Summer Romance, so it's interesting to see how she's developed as a writer. These books will always be OG Hazelwood for me, and I'm so happy I got to reread them, even though I was slowly dying a slow, painful death. But yeah, so I think that's gonna be it for this video. Read some great books, great summer books. If you haven't picked up these books this summer, now's your chance. Problematic Summer Romance, 4.5, Summer in the City, 4, and now a 5-star read. It was a good reading vlog. I love books. Anyways, as always, thank you so much for watching. If you've read any of these books, we can chat about your thoughts and opinions. What was your favorite book you read this summer? Perhaps any books I should read before the summer's over, or any fall books you might have, because fall is fast approaching. Let me know. Feel free to subscribe and stick around if you aren't already. We have a lot of fun here. Keep saying it, but some big life changes are happening, you guys. And it's gonna be crazy. And I'm so excited! And I'm probably gonna share that part with you as well. So feel free to stick around. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!